Right, good evening. Today I'm going to do a review of Forsage, but my review of Forsage is basically based on what most people are most interested in, spillovers. How do spillovers work in Forsage, and how can you best explain to somebody how they're going to benefit from spillovers? So my review is going to based on this ID 88109. From the look of things, this guy has already earned over 12,000 from the day this person probably started. So if you want to check probably when they started, if you scroll down here and go to this ID, now you see here they have not earned anything here. That's why we emphasize that now if you want to benefit from spillovers, you need to be ready to buy levels 1 to level 8 at least. If you see from level 8, they have already cycled here. No referral, but they've already cycled. This person, this ID has not referred anyone at all there, but they've already earned 12,000 from the system. Now let's look at when they joined. So let's go to level 1 on X4. Now under level 1 on X4, which means here anyone who falls into this position pays that ID number, which is at the top there. This is the ID of the person that we're looking for. But here it might not give us the information when they joined, but the moment we click on this ID, it gives us a picture of how things are looking. Now we're going to see our interesting ID is here 88109 here, so which means this now will now tell us when this position was activated. So this is our interesting ID, the 10th of May. Today is the 17th or is the 19th of July, which means this is over 2 months. They have not received anything. Now you find people that join Forsage, then after a week or two, who don't want to recruit are asking, why is it I've not received spillovers? The reason being that when I explain this, hopefully people might understand that the best way for you to benefit from spillovers, you need to join an active team. You need to join under somebody who's active. Don't just join anyone or just join a link that you find on advertise on Forsage, and then you think you're going to make it. It won't work that way. Now, the reason why I'm going to explain here is that because this guy is not a recruiter. This guy is also not a recruiter. This one is also not a recruiter. Why this thing has been in standstill for 2 months, over 2 months rather, it's simple because they expect spillovers. Where are the spillovers going to come from? In this scenario, this guy is the one who I'll say probably is recruiting, but what is done? He has provided already these 2 spillovers under this ID. So this ID came and fell on X4 under this ID, but because of the structure of that, these 2 fell underneath them. Now, who's going to fill the bottom places? This guy has already done his part, this ID 8679. Those are the spillovers, because all of them are probably joining under that, and they're expecting spillovers. But the danger is that most people that are doing, they don't know. They come and buy 4 levels in X4, and they expect things to happen. You're going to fall under somebody, just like this guy has fallen under somebody who's active, fortunately. But unfortunately, 2 people that have spilled over into this person are also not going to recruit. So what's going to happen is just like this, it's like people driving in a small, on a small road, and you're stuck until someone makes a move and reverses so that the other one can pass or whatever. Nothing's going to happen. This is the scenario that we've got here. For these positions to be filled, it's either this ID 866 does something, or 88109 does something, or 89465 does something. But because all of them are expecting somebody to move, this will stay forever. We can come back next year. If all of them have not recruited anyone, this will still be like this. Right. Let's go to the second part, level 2. Right. So it might not show. This guy is not upgraded to that. Let's go back to our main guy. So this is his main account. Let's go to scroll down here. The same thing we've witnessed here. Now, here, what has happened? These are spillovers from that ID. What it means that these 4 positions, they need to be filled by either this guy waking up or that guy waking up. So these 3 people, 89423 are all trying to benefit from building without recruiting. And guess what? That is going to happen here. Let's go to level 3. The same scenario. This guy fell under 9736. 9736 is a recruiter, and guess what? 89185, and these are also coming. These 3 IDs are all trying to benefit from non-recruiting. Where are the spillovers going to come from? Until this one decides to do something, or this one decides to do something, or this one, nothing's going to happen. Let's go into level 4. On level 4, we see a different picture. What's the different picture? Is because this guy is a spillover from there, but as you can see on here, on the key, bottom from, now it says overflow from up, which means this ID came from that, which means the person who probably recruited this person is that one, because they are following up, then that's, but here now says bottom overflow, which means these 2 now are coming from this one. This one is the one who's recruiting. And guess what? The same applies this side. This guy is not a recruiter. And guess what's going to happen? And when did this guy activate this position? This one, 12th May. That's over 2 months, which means these 2 are probably looking at each other. Who's going to move first? Nothing's going to happen. We might stay. If this one doesn't recruit, this one doesn't recruit, these 2 positions will still be empty. This person might cycle out and go and follow the person that is above them in that particular order and do whatever they need to do. But in this scenario, like I've already expressed, so it's essential when people want to build an opportunity and benefit from the opportunity without recruiting, they need to look at putting more into the system. How do they put more into the system? I'll probably suggest buy levels 1 to 8, right? Which means you're going to need about, if you add this together, that's 4.8 Ethereum, plus that's 5.6, 6.0, 6.2, 6.1. So in total, you need about 6.4 Ethereum. So 6.4 Ethereum will allow you to activate levels 1 to level 8. As you can see from this guy, level 8 is already cycled. Why? I'm going to explain that why is already cycled. It's because he has moved higher up. This is a spillover from that. Whatever is happening in this scenario, this is a spillover. Or this guy, because of the person who's above this particular person, that becomes a spillover. But now if you look here, these IDs, they have invited that. That's part of their team. So you need to join somebody whose team is moving. So they've benefited from here. They put 755 to activate this position. That was on the, possibly on the, sometime in June or whatever the time they activated, or in May. But in June, they'd already received their 755 back. Also, another 755 came, another 755 came. Why? Because the higher you go up, the better it becomes for you to receive spillovers, because it's less crowded than at levels 1 to 6 or 7. So my advice is that if you want to go the non-recruiting route, be prepared to invest with your pocket. And how much is 6.4 Ethereum? So if you come and check here, 6.4 Ethereum, you are looking at about $1,500 US. If then you go to that route then, which means you have got a better chance of benefiting from that. I'm going to log out of this ID for now. Let's go to this one, the most famous one, which most people tend to use. This guy has made 62,000 because he has followed more or less the similar route. But what I'm going to highlight here is this ID. Oh, okay, not this ID, this level 7. You see on level 7, he is not cycled, but he cycled there, cycled there. He's already benefited there, he's already benefited there, benefited there. Why is he not benefited from level 7? Let's investigate that, because that gives us the picture for people to understand what's happening here. Now, if I go and click on this ID 10634, we'll see when this ID on level 7 was activated by this individual. So just click on that and scroll down, come here. This is our ID 20920. And when did they activate level 7? There we are, 16 April. Today is the 19th of July. So it's got April, May, June, July. 3 months, they have not received anything. Why? It's very simple. This ID just recruited one person, which is that ID. These are spillovers coming from the top there. He only recruited one person, but he has not recruited anyone else. So what's going to happen? Who's going to fill these two positions here? It's either 10634 decides to do something, or 20920 decides to do. But if both of them are not going to active anything, guess what? Nothing's going to happen here. Which means if we go back to click on our guy, 20920, this is why we have got here. So since 3 months, this guy has not received anything because this guy here is also a non-recruiter, and this one is on. So the danger of just joining any link in Forsage without knowing whether this person you're joining is a recruiter or not, you've got a danger of falling under somebody who's also not recruiting. And if you fall under somebody who's not recruiting, you've got a danger of that position or that level not being paid. I know people talk about the global thing, everything is based on the team that you're in. As I'm going to explain further, the team that you're in matters in terms of the type of spillovers that you're going to benefit from. So, excuse me. But now if we go and look on level 8, this guy has already been paid. He's already completed the cycle. There, he's already completed the cycle. And when did he get starting paid? In April. 6 days after activating this position, okay, whatever days, it's 6 or 7 days, he's already received something because he went on to hire. That's why it's essential. If you want to go this route, be prepared to put at least 6.4 Ethereum into the system and buy more higher positions. Then you skip all the other people in between who are not doing anything. And you go to right at the people at the top who are more or less recruiters or people that are doing. What we are simply doing is that we are spreading your risk, but so that you can benefit more. But if you look on level 9 here, level 9 is already cycled. What is it done on here? 21st April, you received 1,500. But we've got a level which since 16th of April is still stuck without any spillovers. Because the higher you go, the better it becomes. He has already received 5 payments on here since this position was activated. So this was probably activated in April because this fell in there, which means probably it was activated also on the 16th of April. But 5 days later, you already received a payment. So if you want to go the non-recruiting route, invest with your pocket. Let your pocket do the talking for you. Because others are busy recruiting, you don't want to go that route. So my advice is to invest with your pocket. But what would I suggest or recommend? Well, my recommendation is that after even watching this video, get in touch with me. I'll put you under somebody in my team, or will structure you in my team to place you under somebody who's recruiting so that you benefit from their recruiting and benefit from that. Don't just join any link because you don't know where you're going to fall under. And it's not predictable when the spillovers will happen. But now, let's go and expand this. I think it would be ideal to expand this in a much detailed way. Let's go to level 7. This will give us a better picture. Now, this is level 7. So I'm going to go to this ID so that we can paint a good picture in this scenario. So let's paint a good picture of what's happening. So I'm going to draw here. So just to explain the way the matrix happens. So now let's take this position. This is 8648. 8648 has got 6 positions here in his own X4 matrix. Under his NX4 matrix, let's say 10634 falls there. But under 10643, then there's a spillover of 97. Let's just change the color to make it simple. 9713. Then 9713 came our ID 92020 there. But this is as far as 8648 can influence. But 10634 has got his own X4 matrix. which is here. So this is as far as his influence can go. Where is our guy? Let's give him a different color. Right, let's take that one. Our guy 20920 has got his own X4 here as well. So these matrices are interlinked, but each person has got all these own 6 positions that need to be filled. Now, as we have seen, this is already filled, and that's filled from this picture here. Now, this guy, 8648, can only influence there and there. Now, this guy followed him, took a position there, 10634, took a position there. But because of him, these ones, 8648, 91713, this one is following 8648. So I'm saying this have been filled. So which means it's going to come and fill this side, excuse me. And also 20920 is also following 8648. Probably is the sponsor or following somebody who's there, or skipped everyone else in between and went directly to try and fill a gap under 8648. But now these 2 positions under 20920 are empty. The reason is because this guy is not recruiting, this one is not interested in recruiting. But the only people that can fill this position, so this is our guy's position here. It's only this guy, 10634 and 20920. So this matrix will not be filled. That's why now it's what? 3 months since nothing has happened here, because this can only be filled by this guy. If he brings 2 people, they'll fill in there. Now, since this one doesn't want to recruit, he hopes that these 2 will also invite their own 2, and then that fills that completes his matrix. But the moment his matrix is complete, he's going to go and follow this guy. So this guy, the moment his matrix was completed, let's go back to the red thing, the system created him another matrix with 6 empty positions under whoever is their sponsor there. So when these guys complete their matrix, if they complete, they're going to go over to complete that new matrix for 8648. So that's how simple I can explain the spillovers. The other thing that happens is that, let's put 8648 here. Then we've got our guy 20920. There are several numbers in between here. What this guy did by activating levels 1 to 8 or more is that he has skipped anyone. Let's say other people in between are up to level 5. He has skipped everyone, which means he has skipped whoever is there up to level 5 or 6 or 7 and went directly and set under that guy. But because he went directly and set under that guy, the only unfortunate part is that our guy here, 10634, took this position before this guy came into the picture. And when this guy came into the picture, he came and took a position there. And now this guy, 8648, can't do anything here because he can only influence those 6 positions there. Anything below here, which means, if we change the color, anything here now in these positions here can only be influenced by this position can only be influenced by these 2 guys here, this one and this one. They are the only ones can influence anything that goes into those orange circles there. So that's the dilemma which these guys faced basically in this structure. So in a simple nutshell, that's how the spillovers work in Forsage. But if you want to benefit from spillovers, the most important thing is that, yes, join under somebody who's recruiting. If not, like I said, at the bottom of the video, if you're going to watch this from my YouTube, there are my details there. Get in touch with me. I will strategically put you somewhere in my team where somebody is busy recruiting and you're going to benefit from the spillovers. But like I said, be prepared to put at least 6.4 Ethereum or 1,500 US dollars for you to benefit from that. That's all this simple. That's how simple this works. Hopefully it makes sense, but that's how spillovers work in Forsage. And I hope I've given a better overview in regards to how people can benefit from it. So desist from trying to buy 1 to 4 levels and expect things to happen, like we've already shown here. So let me just clear this. In our ID, which we started with, let's go back to 8810. So according to this ID, we've already seen here, this has not benefited from anything here, 1 to 3, because of they fell under somebody who's not recruiting. So this is the danger of falling under somebody who's not recruiting. As you can see here, since May, these are spillovers which came from that ID, but ever since, nothing has happened here because these 3 are all waiting for somebody to move. And if they don't do anything, nothing will happen. So that's my take on how spillovers work. Hopefully, it's a better explanation for everyone to understand. And God bless you. But remember, there's information at the bottom of this, or if somebody shared a video with you, get in touch with them. They're probably recruiting, but if you want to be placed in a better and a strategic position for you to receive spillovers, get in touch with me, and God bless. Cheers. Bye.